Greetings, fellow pirates, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to the very first episode of a new series of RimWorld Crashlanded Corsairs. If you would like to skip the overview or the scenario setup, please use YouTube chapters. So we, the pirates, traveled to this backwater planet of entitled royals ruling over tribespeople to loot and plunder riches beyond measure. Little did we know the royals had orbital defenses and shot our ship out of orbit. A few of us survived the crash landing. We've decided our best hope to take control of the planet is to masquerade as slaving tribals, earning the trust of the Empire and seeking an audience with the Stellarch. The rules are kind of straightforward. All advanced technology has to be hidden from people visiting our map tile. So if we have visitors, traders, etc., they cannot see that we are, of course, masquerading. If the Shattered Empire witnesses us masquerading, we have to change settlements and select a new person to royally ascend. And then if a non-royal witnesses us, they have to be killed, captured, and if they can't, we have to relocate. So either way, we have to relocate. Slaves that are captured and donated for honor must have their tongues removed as to not speak about our origins, assuming that, of course, they are illiterate. So without a tongue, they can't communicate the fact that we are, of course, not tribals. And the goal is to ascend the royal ranks and to lure the High Stellarch to our settlement and assassinate them to usurp rulership over the planet. The Storyteller is Cassandra Classic Losing is Fun, which means we don't have any pirate curses. The scenario is the low orbit crash, which is a VE Pirates scenario, but it's modified so that we don't start with a pet and we don't start with technology. And there is a list of mods, but basically what drives this series is VE Pirates and VE non-lethal weapons for the most part. And the ideology on the right about our Corsair rating preferences. All right, now that we've gotten that underway, I will introduce you to the 4 starting characters. We have Shell the Doc, Supermune, Jogger, Chemical Interest, Shooting, Construction Plants, and Medical. We've got Moxie the Gunner, Shooting, Animals, Medical, Intellectual, Blood, Lust, Trigger Happy, and Greedy. Glitch the Captain, Shooting, Cooking, Crafting, Social, Quick Sleeper, Iron-Willed, or Gourmand. And then Isaac the Merc, Brawler, Tough, Neurotic, Melee, Construction, Mining, and Social. This is our starting map tile. This is geographical landforms. So this is, what is it actually called? A SERP, I think? Yeah. And this is the wonderful continent that we are conquering, filled with mostly tribals and the Royal Imperium. All right, so let's get crashing. And down we come. All right, so as it might occur to you all, anyone finding ship debris or reactors or turrets, it's going to be a bit of a problem. We're going to want to dismantle this stuff quickly and hide it, because otherwise we're going to have some problems. So let's go ahead and pop Isaac out of his pod and set up work priorities, because I don't necessarily want everybody working on everything. So I think right off the bat, we're going to want Shell cutting down trees like crazy, because in order to masquerade as tribals, we are going to rely mostly on wood construction with very minimal stonework and absolutely no shield or no steel walls, at least not that anyone else could see. I will risk, however, grabbing guns for now, but that might change. taking a look at the initial map layout, it looks like we have a nice fertile farm area over here. So I think what I'll do is set up a dumping stockpile for butchery here. I don't know why I'm calling it butchery. Butchery. And then make sure that fresh animal corpses get deposited there. That maybe aren't bugs. I don't really care for bugs. I don't want bugs. Alright. And put a butcher table in there. Which means that our initial building is going to be something like this. With doors. And then we're also going to need another place to hide our high-tech stuff. So I think I am going to build like a little shed out this way. And this is going to hide the high-tech stuff. So the way this is going to work is anything that is high-tech is going to get moved over here. And I'm going to have to do this very carefully because there's not a lot of room for failure. And that would be stuff like guns or packaged survival meals, even slag, potentially, components, anything, you know, industrial meds, anything that tribals shouldn't own. Even our clothes are going to have to come off and get replaced with tribal wear. Now, it is possible, for instance, if we get raided by enemies, if we kill every single enemy and there's no witnesses, that's fine. We can use guns. But there is a risk, because if anyone flees and makes it out, we would have to relocate the settlement, which means that most of the raids are probably going to be fought as tribal, unless, of course, we need to use guns, and then we run the risk of, you know, of blowing our cover. All right. So that's some initial construction there. That will get people busy. And here's Isaac popping out of the pods. One thing about the music is it's not necessarily normalized. So if you find that it is like way too loud, just let me know. All right, so Glitch, I'm gonna get you hunting. Kill some ibex. Right, buddy? No one will notice if there's no one left to notice. Yeah, it's kind of like Hitman, right? With the whole, like, no witnesses, just kill them all, and, well, technically it's still a no-witness run. That was my idea. What about the other dog? Oh, petting the other dog? Hey, pup. She's just hard to reach. Because she's, like, way behind me. Cheers. When I start climbing the royal ranks, can I use modern stuff? Only the stuff that would be required to fulfill the modern ranks, which is essentially just piano and harpsichord. And even then, I'm not going to show that we're smithing. So they're not going to see our smithing tables or anything like that. That's a very good question. I think we will roleplay it as we purchased the piano and harpsichord rather than we made it ourselves. So essentially, no, nobody can find out. It's got to be kept a secret from the royals until, of course, the High Stellarch gets lured. And then all bets are off, because once we have lured the High Stellarch, there's no need for the subterfuge. So this here will be our sort of hidden stash, and I do have an idea for this building eventually. What about using orbital bombardment devices that I wouldn't have to reveal myself? So if I use orbital bombardment devices on my own map tile, it's very clear that I was the one that triggered it. But if I use it in a raid, then it's fine. In fact, that is a very good point of clarity. when I'm not home, if I cover myself so that I am anonymous, we can do whatever we want. So when we're away, if we're wearing proper helmets and armor, all bets are off. Murder whoever we want, as long as, you know, we're not going to a Royal Imperium faction to trade, right? If we show up in a Royal Imperium faction to trade, we have to look tribal. But if we are attacking other tribal factions on their territory, it's fine, because we're, you know, they don't know it's us. I'm sure is not going to tell them. You better keep your mouth shut too. Alright, so we're eating some of the packed survival meals. It's fine. So things that belong in here, we'll go... I'm not going to put packaged survival meals in there just yet, because we're relying on that as a food source for now. Shall get back to work. Same with you, Moxie. The last idea of when to go play through in your own, but the details doesn't show exactly the rituals as a reward. Yeah, so the ideological rituals here is just singing shanties, which is part of the VE pirates, which is sort of a way to get over the loss of a comrade. It's not particularly interesting, and it's generic, so I left it generic. That's what your question was? Alright, looks like this storage shed is getting all tidied up. We definitely don't have an initial shelter to sleep in comfortably. And then we still have advanced tech out here that needs to get removed. Alright, Glitch, I'm going to have you take a break from hunting, so you can help haul wood to the construction projects. We're going to be roughing it on the ground. We also don't have any technology whatsoever, so the first one I'm going to research is complex furniture, so we can at least get beds, but then probably do the technology to get more technology, you know, getting electricity and the like. Oh, you were wondering about the rewards for the ritual? Yeah, you can always ask me on Discord, as that's not really relevant to this series. I'm happy to answer non-relevant questions. Alright, I think what I'm going to do here is put research in its separate cubbyhole. So that the room doesn't get constantly dirty, as that is going to slow us down. So it's only accessible through the main chamber, which means that it's not likely to get as filthy. We'll get a little rec variety going on. Let's put horseshoe pin. That's the door. All right, we'll put it here. Very eager to get that butcher table. Hopefully Isaac or Shell builds it soon. And I'll just expand this to the entire zone. So this is hidden stockpile. The likelihood of visitors going in there is basically nil to none, because there's no thoroughfare. It doesn't lead anywhere. There's no reason for them to go in there. Getting research going. Good, good, good. And we're going to have a hyper-flammable colony. Them's the risk. I'm a monster for wanting to assassinate the Stellarch? Well, you know, it's a good thing then that my series are determined by popular vote, and I didn't come up with this idea. Meaning, I am not the monster. Alright, butcher... non-insects. And then let's go ahead and stockpile meat here. And then meals next to it, as we're going to be cooking tribal style for a while. Now, in this meal stockpile, one thing I should probably disallow is package survival and nutrient paste, because you can't get either of those through non-tribal tech. So that would be a little problematic. Another thing I'm going to want to queue up is a crafting spot for Glitch to make travelware, so that we can shed our obvious problematic clothing. And then we're going to have Shell focus on getting the trees that are blocking the initial structure from being built. And do a cook until... so we can get some... No, don't eat it raw. Okay, hold on. Lavish, this is going to be meals. I'm just going to rename it. I'm going to delete all the other food priorities except for nothing. There might be a case where we want nothing. And then no raw food at all. There we go. Cook it. Thank you. Better not store survival meals in the hidden stockpile, or they may go grab them. True. Only if they station around there. The idea that I had is that, well, I mean, we'll see how that pans out. Okay. We've got an initial building. We have sources of food. And soon I'm going to get enough plain leather to start making travelware. Get a source of light for the research. Good. All right. Isaac is now starting to break down the tech stuff that's going to blow our cover. And then, Shell, once you're awake, let's plant some rice. And probably other crops as well. But I'm going to start with a big thing of rice so that we don't have to only hunt. As it, you know, will exhaust the animals on this map tile. That's all we hunt for. So this is raw meat, and this is meals. Sidewolf Reaper, thank you for the resub. Welcome. It's sad to knock out a reactor, but I could, you know, I could have selected to build walls around this stuff to keep it hidden. The risk, of course, is if it's ever attacked by breachers or set on fire or something like that, the risk to leave this stuff out here is just too great. Hence breaking it down. So we've got stuff to collect. Components, advanced components, chem fuel. So chem fuel needs to get added in here. So I'm going to do chem fuel in here. Steel. Slag. Plasteel. Gold is fine. Gold isn't an issue. What else goes in there? Nutrient paste. Actually, I'm just going to have the nutrient paste. I'll leave it out there to rot. Alright, let's start getting travel wear. Get out of our, obviously, incorrect clothes. Yeah, the nutrient paste meals will decay within 24 hours, so I don't really have to worry about them. Exactly. Alright, so it looks like we've been mostly doing plain leather, so I'm going to continue killing plain leather animals. Just try to get more plain leather for clothing. And then let's go ahead and burn our apparel. I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense to keep it, because it, you know, we can't sell it. We're not going to wear it, not likely, because it's not protective enough to bother wearing it instead of tribal wear, so getting rid of it seems like the obvious answer. Alright, starting to haul things away. Good. Complex furniture is almost 2/3 done, and we'll get beds. Regular bed furniture, I'm counting as, you know, as allowable. So pretty much everything here is allowable. Anything beyond this would not be. Complex clothing is an interesting one, because I think we're maybe going to allow, like, tail caps and toques and things like that, but I'm not going to be in regular shirts and pants. We're going to look tribal. Okay, so Shell's getting the rice in. Isaac is hauling away the steel where it needs to go. Glitch is continuing hunting for plain leather and meat. Now, unless I get some, like, deer or something... Oh, don't leave the map tile. Unless I get some deer or something like that, I'm gonna probably have to switch over to either pigskin or blue fur. I don't... Yeah, there's no more plain leather. Except for one more ibex. New lovers! Glitch and Shell. Okay. Well, I guess when we make beds, it will be a double bed. That's an interesting choice, considering their age gap. And Apollo, thank you for the resub. You've been making a lot of streams. So I wonder when I'm going to have the first visitor. Typically, oh, here we go. Gorilla. So Gorilla is League of Gubia. League of Gubia is one of the gentle tribes. They believe in healthcare. The other gentle tribe is a flesh purity. So the thing is, I can try to... I don't think it's going to be possible for him not to see, because there's still too much stuff out here. Right? These components, advanced components, and everything else is not going to be hauled away in time. So, well, I think we're going to have to kill ourselves a gorilla. There's not much of an alternative. Which is fine. There's two gentle tribes. I don't need to be allied with both. Yeah, we could also try to capture, surely. I think that would be the ideal, capturing. But, you know, we'll see if it happens. Oh, and a group of travelers. So the thing is, we're in a cirque, so travelers typically won't come all the way down. So that's far less of an issue, because we're like kind of well out of their way. Alright, Glitch. Let's just go ahead and straight up arrest him. Yep, they're hostile, but no fight, which is nice. He's unwavering, which is fine. I don't really care. I wasn't going to recruit him anyway. And the good news is we can actually just, like, leave the pemmican in there for him to feed himself. I don't need to necessarily take that from him. Isaac, how about you grab the club, though? I'm a little tempted to strip him, but his clothing kind of sucks. Hey, Dr. Dick. Thank you for the resub. I suppose I'm going to have to clean up all the leaked fuel, too. That would be a pretty good indicator we aren't who we say we are. I'm watching you, Gorilla. You better not try to run away. So you're a body modder, but you're tribal. That's very strange. It'd be even stranger if they belonged to the other tribe, the Flesh Purity tribe. That'd be all sorts of confusing. Be like, no wonder you wandered here. So I did end up getting complex furniture, so we should probably get some beds made. And there doesn't seem to be any other... So I'll have to do pigs. So this is the last trapware I'll be able to afford out of plain leather. Oh, already a prison break. Yeah, how's that going? You keep prison breaking all you want. It's just good medical practice. Hey, Ginkav. Been watching more than a year on YouTube? Well, I'm glad to have you here. You and Bumblebees as well that just resubbed. Thank you to you both. Okay, let's not use good meds for ourselves. And in fact, I'm going to have herbal meds be the only carry, because I don't want good meds in our pockets, because if any of us get downed in a fight and good meds spill out, that's a bit of a problem. So Moxie's already working on electrical research. At some point, I'm going to need to rip out Gorilla's tongue. Now let's set bed rest to 4, because I don't need them bed resting just yet. Shouldn't good meds be in the other stockpile? It should. So if I don't issue any other orders, we're definitely going to get to a point where all of the problematic stuff gets hauled away. I think I'm going to get some cloth. Still waiting on more travelware. Oh, Glitch is almost done with that. Because pretty soon, Isaac will now look fully travel with a club and travelware, holding herbal meds, so nothing problematic on him. Wait, why are you in that bed? That confuses me. There you go. Hey, bud. So not too much left to haul. I will need 2 more sets of clothing. I can take some off of Gorilla, though. As a stopgap measure. So I need 60... I'm not sure how much leather mount 27, so I need to kill 1 more pig in order to make pigskin trebleware. And then take clothing off of Gorilla and we'll be all set. We'll be well hidden. Cool. This here is just a redesigned Ikla. It just looks like a rapier, but it's an Ikla. So I don't really need to worry about that. So there's components, chem fuel, and steel, and that's what's left out here. I could make it patch leather, yeah, true. But it would be pretty terrible. Alright, 2 more hauling trips and getting rid of our guns and inappropriate clothing, and we'll be obscured. When was RimWorld made? I don't know when Tynan started developing it. Probably... That's a good question. I don't know. When the first Kickstarter popped up. Like 2009 or something like that. It's a guess. Okay, Isaac, you are idle. Isaac is into construction and mining. So Isaac, how about you start mining steel for us? Just because the world can't know that we have steel doesn't mean it's not useful to own it. $2013? Cool. Well, thanks for looking it up. There's another construction project I want to depart on. But something I might want to work towards before actually I get electricity is at least recurve bows, because short bows are miserable. And, you know, it might make more sense to run around with bows so that if glitches at the edge of the map and like people show up, I'm not caught red-handed. But the project I wanted to build here was something that looked like a prayer room, but obviously is a front, so that nobody goes looking too hard. So a fake prayer room. There we go. Fake prayer room as a front to the tech. I also might want some sort of maze here, just in case someone opens the initial door. They don't get to see the whole kit and caboodle. Okay, I have enough pigskin to not have to strip Kurla. Good. Hillbug, thank you for the resub. And Moxie, you are last. Did I miss the Yoda treat? No, I give him a treat. I'll give him another one. I also have Tuskier too. Getting low food warnings. Oh, a treat for me. Well, thank you. So we even have a plain leather drum. We're trying to make this look like a tribal ideology room. Leaving out the pews, the lectern, things that maybe don't belong. Oh, spaceship chunk landed. Let's hide that too. So auto pistol and charge rifle. They're going to come out. I'm going to get rid of them as soon as I get recurve bows. I don't want to get rid of them just yet for my own protection. So these guys are prepare a while. And I'm not going to put my guns away because one dude is probably not going to make it off this map tile before dying. But Pack to the Mesa. Showing up to come mess with me. That's going to be a fatal mistake. Yeah, if one guy makes out of the map tile, we're going to have to rethink the whole, like, assassinate the Stellarch. Exactly. It says he's... Okay, there he goes. Ideally, take him as a prisoner, but... Oh, and there we go. Perfect. Glitch, thank you for the bits. Also for the hype chat. I hadn't recognized that symbol before. It's a brand new feature, but thank you twice over. Are you okay? Don't use tribal meds. Don't use herbal meds. Let's see. Defaults for no meds for anyone. Medicine has been canceled. Thank you for tuning in to Crashlanded Corsairs, which originally streamed live on Twitch June 24th and June 25th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind that this series streamed one time only. so no changes can be made. If you would like to join my live streams, Rhadamant.com or the description of this video have a link to Twitch, and it also has a link to Discord if you'd like to join my gaming community. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel, and also everybody that turned out to the marathon. Thank you, thank you. Hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream of another series. Farewell, my fellow pirates,